Welcome back to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, coming at you with the special Bachelorette edition. This is called the Most Dramatic Bachelorette Review Podcast, brought to you by the Popcorn Priest and his lovely wife, Jenni. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
So we've watched The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and what's the one on the beach?
Bachelor in Paradise.
Bachelor in Paradise. We watch all of those, and the one, the Olympic one. There's like so many offshoots.
We didn't do Bachelor Pad though.
No, that was before we got in too deep with the Bachelor franchise.
And yes, my husband watches them all with me.
Well, I've done Bachelor brackets. I've done Bachelor betting pools at work. I've won 2.
I don't know that you should brag about this, babe.
I'm just saying, hey, I'm supporting you here.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, who set up the brackets? You.
I did.
Yeah.
So the reason why we're doing this, and this is episode 2, so we're combining episode 1 and 2. Do you have any thoughts from episode 1? The only thing that I can remember is the traumatic COVID testing of all these dudes. It was intense. And it's almost like they didn't want to show it going inside the nose holes because they would cut away right before they went in full insertion.
Yeah.
But I remember that, and then I thought it was crazy that she would say right from the get-go, oh, Dale, right when she meets Dale right out of the limo, she's like, oh, Chris Harrison, I just met my husband.
Okay, but let's make a disclaimer that we have not watched any spoilers or...
Well, you're right. We haven't watched any...
we just watch the show. We don't watch the YouTube spoilers.
Yeah, but you sometimes do.
I haven't on this season because to be honest, I didn't want to watch Claire's season.
You know what? I'm with you on that. Okay, let's go back a step further because we watched that because of the COVID stuff. They had no content to show on TV, so they were doing the best of stuff. And the very last episode of the best of The Bachelor and Bachelorette and all the seasons, they showed Claire's season, and I hadn't watched that with you. You watched half of that. And the next season is when I started watching it with you. And I didn't see, because I always thought that Juan Pablo was a jerk. And that guy, after seeing the end, I kind of feel like he was not a jerk. And Claire kind of jumped to conclusions. She was ready to spend her life with this dude. And then all of a sudden, she flips the script right at the end.
Yeah, so that's
yeah. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
That's why I wasn't too excited just from watching her from Bachelor in Paradise. Like, I don't know, I just wasn't excited. But actually, I'm actually liking so far. So far, we'll see. Fingers crossed. She's doing okay.
Yeah, she is doing okay. She's doing a good job, but I feel like she is kind of aggressive with jumping to conclusions with a lot of stuff in the episodes. I don't know. But those are my impressions of my first impressions of the first episode.
Well, the way they made it seem is that, like, I'm surprised she's even giving other guys a chance because they made it seem like she was just all about Dell, and maybe that's to come. So I'm glad she's giving other guys a chance.
Well, the promos, they always make it so dramatic when at the end of the episode, but it sounded like she was going to implode the whole season from that first episode, but that's not what's happening. Mm-mm. So that's episode 1. Any other things you can remember from episode 1?
No.
Another thing I remember was this is the first season where it's basically time for breakfast after the first rose ceremony.
The sun comes up. You can see the sun.
No, it was like out. It wasn't just like kind of coming up. It was out. Like they were...
and they were doing the rose ceremony.
They were filming the talking head parts where they're, interviewing after, and it's like light outside. These poor dudes are out for like 24 hours. No wonder they're like grumpy or I don't know. That was the craziest for me. Anything else you remember from episode 1?
Nothing that is standing out right now.
All right. Well, let's jump into episode 2. There's a lot in episode 2. Do we want to get straight to the dodgeball?
Oh my gosh, that was a little ridiculous.
Strip dodgeball.
I mean,
it kind of... Do you think she had that planned or it was impromptu?
Well, yeah, so they had those...
Well, yeah, they had the jock straps that they made him wear, but that could have just been you're wearing jock straps.
That was a little much for me. I don't think it needed to go to that extent.
Yeah, and I remember turning to you when she reveals, "Hey, we're playing dodgeball, but also we're playing strip dodgeball."
The guys wanted to do
that.
The
one guy looks down and he's like, "Oh no!" Like he was super nervous.
Yeah, they didn't want to do that.
Well, and I turned to you and I said, "What would happen if the Bachelor would say, "Hey, we're playing strip dodgeball with the ladies"? Like, I don't know. Like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't jump back and forth. But somehow it's okay if the lady does it.
The guys were okay with it in the end, but
except for, well, that one guy went straight nude, even though he didn't have to. He pulled his jockstrap right away off.
Yeah. Anyways, blah blah blah.
And they put the pillows.
Okay. Enough of that.
And there's so many. What else happened in episode 2? Oh, there's a guy named Easy. Like his name is Easy.
That's fine. It's his name.
I know, but it's crazy.
It's okay.
And then the drama with Blake coming in and trying to steal time after he lost the dodgeball match.
Him a rose right at the...
Well, I thought he wasn't going to get the rose because she pushes him away. He goes to try to give her a kiss.
See, that's the thing. And then all the other guys are going to be mad at him, and it's not his fault. She gave him the rose. Like, it's her journey. It's her story.
Oh, what about the guy and his demons? And they go...
That was a weird date, but I actually think it was really helpful for him. And maybe even both of them. So I think that was actually a good thing, even though I thought it would be super weird.
I kind of felt like she did it just to help him and not really further their relationship. And this is what I was going to say when we were watching it, but I didn't want to interrupt the episode. I kind of feel like she was self-promoting, like she's going to do some kind of self-help program, like Claire's cleansing help thing.
Who knows?
Because she had all these like steps and things planned out.
Well, it's probably just stuff that she's done in her life that's helped her. And where she could see herself in him, she thought, well, these things helped me.
Yeah.
What was his name? I don't remember.
It's not Blake. Blake's the other guy.
I don't remember his name.
Well,
Chase or something? Jason?
I don't know. Jason. There's a lot of dudes that have the exact same name. There's like 4 or 5 that have like Jason B, Jason C.
I don't remember that.
And then she burns her dress.
Yeah, I think it was symbolic for her of letting it all go.
Yeah. The dress from Juan Pablo's season. Yeah. Well, how far do you think it's going to go before because in that one promo in the first episode, Chris Harrison, by the way, Chris Harrison's hair is looking nice. He's got a great haircut. Like he's looking better than he's had in a long time. Coming out of COVID, looking all nice, Chris Harrison. What was I saying? Chris Harrison says that you're about to blow up the Bachelorette. Are you ready? When do you think that's going to happen?
Probably soon, it sounds like.
Well, dun. And that one guy, he's like going to call her out next episode.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to be there, why didn't he just go home? Like, why does he have to wait? Like, just...
Well, yeah, why does he have to go and, like, tell her off? And I get it. I thought it was funny because he's supposed to be offended that there were doing the strip dodgeball, but he wasn't even in the game.
I know. Like, we need to learn their names so we know who we're talking about.
I remember Yosef.
Oh, that's him.
Is it Yosef? That's Yosef.
Yeah, he's the one that's stirring the pot a little bit.
Yeah, and it's spelled Yosef, Yosef. Mm. That's like what I call dude bros. Like, what's up, Yosef? Anyway, what else from episode 2 that we need to unpack?
I'm glad she sent the one guy home when she wasn't feeling it. Like, good for you.
Yeah, that guy, he crashed and burned because he started off really good, and all of a sudden she's like, "Well, what brought you here? What did you like about me?" And he's like,
have an answer.
"I think you're really nice looking." And she's like, "What else?" And he's like, "I don't really know you that well." I mean, yeah. she gave it to him pretty hard though, like. But yeah, she should have sent him home.
Well, she did.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But
she did send him home, babe. Were you there?
Yeah, I mean, she did. These guys, there's a lot of guys we haven't even seen. Like they're just in the background. You're like, who's that guy? Who's this guy? I guess they can't feature everybody, but.
Yeah, that happens with every episode though.
It is weird also that their dates are, because they have to be, so they're in Palm Springs because they can't go anywhere. They can't go on any of these exotic dates. So they're all having to like come up with these dates that are inside the resort. So it's kind of not as fun.
Oh, so far so good. Oh, what did you think about the love language date?
Oh yeah. I thought some of the dudes were kind of not showing up. Like the first couple guys were really, because the whole point was like, hey, I want to hear you. Words of affirmation is my love language, not me, but Claire's. And the first guy's like telling her all these nice things. And then the second guy's like telling her nice things. And then the third guy comes in, he's like telling him about his life and how he's cool and like all these personal things about.
I don't remember that, but they don't really know her. So it's hard to like give her words of affirmation.
But you can compliment her without like, I don't know. I mean, like she was saying to that guy that
They're trying to be creative. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, I liked it. I just felt like they missed the point. They weren't really, and she like didn't care.
And I hope Dale's really into her as much as she is. Like he might just, I don't know if he's just playing it just to, I don't know.
Dale, her husband, her self-proclaimed husband already,
yeah, like,
after
really
one episode.
Into it, or I don't know. We'll find out.
I mean, to be fair, he's a handsome man. He's a handsome guy. Dude, what about that guy with the half breast tat and his
the
abs?
Boy band guy.
I mean,
you like him?
He had some nice abs.
Do I need to? I should be the one saying these things, not you.
I've watched so many man nips.
Okay.
All right. Well, any parting thoughts for episode 2? What do we got? What do we got to look forward to? Episode 3.
I don't know.
Countdown to implosion. That's what we're waiting for.
What we're waiting for.
All right, there you have it. Our take on The Bachelor, the most dramatic review. Bachelorette. The most dramatic Bachelorette review podcast ever. Join us next week as we review episode 3. You're gonna love it.